Community focused. Community focused. We're here for you. Our point of view.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Dis-labled Podcast. We are really pleased you've joined us because today is a very special episode. Today we're celebrating everything we've achieved together because we've got some exciting news to share. We'll be looking back at some of our favourite moments, talking about what being part of the podcast has meant to us, and saying a very special thank you to the people who have helped make it all possible. So let's get started!
And on behalf,
Carol,
Jonathan,
Hava,
Marcus,
Philip.
Gila,
Andrea,
Phil, and Amir.
So Heather, how's your week been?
all right, thank you. My weekend, I've done hoovering, I've done cleaning, and what else I've done? I washed the dishes, and what else I've done? Another mopping, around the house.
What I've done is, on Wednesday I went to a birthday party. I went to my fiance's party. It was her birthday. And we had a good time, good party. I went there on Tuesday. I was looking after, I helped there. And it was very nice. I really enjoyed it. Gila, what have you done? What have you done over the week?
Looking after the children at my kindergarten that I work at. I've been to baking, which is my all-time favourite. And now I'm here with the podcast crew doing a podcast. And I love the podcast because it gives me a voice to say what I want. And it gives me something to do on a Friday afternoon when I could just be sitting at home doing nothing. I love coming here. It's my favourite. Carol, what have you been doing this week?
So, I think it was on Saturday, I had a performance at Community Focus with the choir, and we sang multiple songs, and my dad came to watch me. The songs we sang was Don't Worry About a Thing by Bob Marley, Grow a Little Tree, and What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. It was quite fun, actually.
Marcus, what have you been up to this week?
Phil, what haven't I been up to this week? Yeah. Well, for one, I've been melting because this heat is nice but terrible all at the same time. Also, I've just been doing some art as well, finished off a few projects, done the art expedition as well, and going into Camden College to learn stuff about AI.
About the AI thing, Can you tell us a bit more?
Technically, not really, because I'm still learning it. It's the beginning stages of me with AI. But what I'm learning about it is how to prompt, basically, and ask AI the right type of questions, which I think is really good because you can put it into a human basis. Ask your friends and family the right questions. How are you today? What have you been up to?
I use Gemini to do my emails or messages or whatever, and I feel Gemini really helps me because it basically does the whole work for me and I don't need to do any thinking or whatever. So I feel I love AI.
Good, I'm happy with that.
I've got some good news for you. The National Lottery Community Fund has given us £299,992.
What is that for, Andrea?
is to support our Dis-labled Podcast, to grow our community and to give our community a bigger voice. Yay!
If it wasn't for the lottery, we wouldn't be here. And I'm really grateful to the lottery, National Lottery. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
On behalf of everyone here.
I would just like to say thank you for the National Lottery for helping us out with our organisation. I'm new to this organisation and I'm going to stop calling it organisation and now start calling it family.
It's our family, isn't it, really?
Yeah, like a family, yeah.
Thank you, National Lottery Community Fund, for giving us 3 years of funding. It means throughout to all of us to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep recording the podcast, keep doing what we love, keep just pushing, keep going, keep reaching out to people. For me, definitely it means a huge achievement. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hooray! Well done.
We're all very blessed to have the money, and we're all very grateful for your support and being on our side. Thank you.
I'm thankful for the stability and the allowance to have the resources that we can get to be able to fulfill all of the things we need to do. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Brilliant, right?
Oh, I'm glad we got the lottery. Yeah!
So it's amazing what's happened with the National Lottery and the funding that we've received. One person who is probably the most important person in the room is the person who came up with the idea for this podcast, and she's sat here and she's Andrea. Andrea, can we all give Andrea a massive clap, please? Now, Andrea, do you want to tell us a little bit about the story and where and how this all happened? And because we were not running into trouble, because we would have tried to carry on one way or another. But what happened and what was the journey?
Well, let's rewind back 3 years really quickly. This was called the podcast. It was a lunchtime thing, and it was a free thing to get the students start talking and opening up and sharing voices. And I could see this was going to work. And so I applied for Awards for All funding from National Lottery. They believed in it, give us the money. We did so much with that money. We had so many opportunities, and they really believed in it even more. So I stepped a bit higher and prove to them that this is a worthy project to grow and to collaborate with others and to give other people a voice, and thank goodness for that, and they've believed in it, and this is where we are now. Thank you very much.
So we've gone from give her a clap. So we've gone from a few people sat around a table just discussing what they're doing over lunch, and we've been going into schools since then. And I know I went into one school with you, and there was one of the students who he was quite non-verbal. The podcast actually encouraged him to want to start talking, didn't it?
And now he wants to go to college and learn how to sing.
Oh, wow.
And this is what it's about. This is what it's all about.
I mean, that's just like unbelievable. And we saw that happening right before our eyes. Another one of the students decided he wants to be a voiceover artist because of it. And and it's just all been because of the podcast. So we're doing even more things coming up. Now we've got the funding. Do you want to talk about some of the other projects we're going to be doing over the next few years?
So the funding has gave us a choir, a Dis-labled choir, which is amazing. It's connecting communities, it's connecting people from all ages and backgrounds, and that's already started, and it's so busy, and it's just a very special event that's happening every Saturday. And also we started a parents group to support the parents, to give them a space to chat and share and support each other. We're going into schools and colleges. It's a really exciting project that we're going to be doing with with one hospital at the minute connected to their schools. So we're really excited with that. So it goes on, and watch this space. But I couldn't have done it without the students. The students didn't open up. If the students trust each other, and this became a very, very special place, we wouldn't have the funding. So it's not down to me, it's down to you.
Thank you.
Being part of this podcast has meant a lot to me. I was the original one who thought, podcasts at lunch. Was it lunch pod, Andrew? I heard about the lunch pod and thought, I want to do it. It's like, it sounds really good. It sounds really like people with disabilities don't have their voices out. And I thought, let's just dive in deep and go to the lunch pod. And I remember sitting up here, was it? Up here having lunch with Andrea and James, and we just went around the room saying how we are, and I listened to some of the original podcasts back. And we said, what are you having for lunch? And it's just taken so much, like it's taken off so much, and I love this podcast too much. And if we can, I really want the podcast to be every single day in the week, just because I love it so much. And I always think about it when I'm not even at the podcast, which is crazy because I love it so much. And
another person I need to thank is James. He was my partner in crime. He listened to me, he believed and trusted in my project, and he supported it all the way through until he moved on. So if you're listening, James, thank you, and we miss you.
Absolute 100%. What does it mean to you, Heather, being on the podcast?
Podcast, it means everything to me. Before, I was nervous and I was shaking a little bit. Now I'm not shaking. I'm doing all right, and I'm famous well, like a pop star. I'm not scared anymore. Before it was scary. I didn't know about the podcast because I was nervous and I started. I'm not nervous anymore. My life.
For me, it's meant to be a very effective form of therapy in a strange kind of way. You know, it has its own very unique therapeutic qualities to it. While it does add a little bit of pressure of its own with knowing that other people are going to hear it, in a way that also helps, because I know that when other people hear, there are going to be people who will possibly relate to what it is I have to say, and if they can relate to it, maybe any sort of advice I could give might help them. And you know what they say, problem shared is problem halved, or whatever it is. So I hope that someone out there has managed to get some kind of help at all from anything I've said or what everyone else has said. So yeah. Carol, what about you?
I think this podcast has built connections and voices with one another, and it's kind of like I've learnt different experiences what other people have gone through, and I'm actually quite grateful I joined the podcast, because when I first heard about it, I was a bit unsure about joining it, but when I joined it, I was like, okay, this is not actually that bad. And then over the last few years, I've been I'm a pro at this. and it's kind of I've kind of built confidence in opening up, especially in my poems. I feel like at the start I was more private, but as I opened a bit out a bit more, it's okay, I'm comfortable.
Well, I think you've been on such a massive journey. Andrew and I always talk about you in particular because you just exactly what you've just said. Your confidence, you've absolutely come out of yourself, and you're right. You were very private before, and I think I'm right in saying that you really want to do a day in your life kind of episode about you, which for you to say that is a massive thing, isn't it, Andrew?
100%.
Like I said, getting stuff out of the podcast for me is a very new experience. I was really nervous about doing it, for one. Secondly, I liked the way you kind of pushed me to do it because you surprised me and didn't even let me know it was my turn to speak. So that was very shocking. Now that I've actually heard myself, I've actually realised a lot more about myself as well. So it's like Michael Jackson, the man talking in the mirror, really. So thank you for that.
This group honestly feels like a huge family to me, and like having Phil and Andrea is just amazing, and you two feel like parents to me. So
You're there.
Cal, what's your favourite memory of the podcast?
I would say what my favorite memory was in the podcast was the one about self-confidence, about like dressing well and feeling good about yourself. I think that like opened a lot of conversation during the podcast, and like we were able to talk about like I think it was masking free dressing or something, and feeling like self-worth and being confident, and I think learning to love yourself. Like those are probably like huge things that were talked about during the podcast, and I found it quite useful to talk about with them. And I like to hear like about other people's experiences, and asking questions was like quite intriguing with learning about each other.
Carol, what you said have a strong sense in my heart, because I always mask. Like, you don't see the real Gila at my house. My parents see the real Gila, because when I'm home I just crash. So it's good that I'm not crashing here. Maybe when I step outside after the podcast I will crash, like emotionally drained and whatever, but this podcast keep me going, keep me talking, keep me everything that I can, that I don't have in my mouth to say. So thank you for talking about masking.
Can I also mention something? I also enjoyed doing the poems during the podcast, as it kind of like bring out the podcast a bit more and people watched the episodes, and the people found it like, because when I was looking I saw a lot of positive comments and I was like, oh, people actually like my poems. And then with like the girls group thing where we did like the unmasking thing, I think that was quite powerful, and that I think that's still my favourite poem to this day.
What's your favourite podcast from your memory?
About you, Heather.
Oh, thank you.
About your disability.
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
and
Thank you.
all of you are marvellous. You really got,
you.
you know,
Thank
you,
you, Phil.
we're all together, aren't we?
Yeah, we're all kids together.
Yeah.
Like a family.
Like a family to us, and
yeah, like a brother and sister.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Gila, has this podcast changed your confidence? Helped you be confident?
Yes, but I was kind of confident before coming on the podcast, because actually was I? I feel like I was, looking back on it. But being on the podcast definitely brought out more confidence in me. just because I love speaking and I can speak for... Thank you. For England. So I feel it has, maybe.
Jonathan, has the podcast helped your confidence at all?
I'd say, I definitely think there's been some sort of a change. I do kind of wish that the change was more general with my confidence, but I suppose being more confident here is, still a good achievement, I guess. So yeah, it's some sort of an improvement. I'm not always aware of it, but apparently I have been better with my confidence.
Well, I think me and Phil can 100% say that it has helped your confidence. We feel like when you first came to the podcast to compared now, you are quite a different person. And we're really proud of that journey that you've come on, because it was a very difficult time for yourself. But I think something's clicked or something's happened, and I think you're doing really well, Jonathan.
Here. I can see the confidence coming out, flourish in this podcast. It's been really well done.
Yeah. What about you, Carol? Has the podcast helped your confidence at all?
I'd say yes, because I've been able to express my thoughts through poems and through like opinions on different subjects that we talked about, and certain subjects that have been quite sensitive to some people, for example self-confidence or looking good or anxiety or something or maybe that when we talked on the day on the life with Gila, because it's quite sensitive talking about in a day of life, but I haven't done that yet, so I think it opens up a bit more, and once you open up more you tend to build more confidence in who you are as a person, because the more you open up with people there's more connections and people start to understand you a bit better. So yeah. Marcus, has this podcast helped your confidence?
Yes, it has, to a certain extent. As one of the favourite episodes, again, with wearing masks and things, it's opened up a lot for me. Being around you guys as well, openly sharing with me, because like I said, I'm new to this group. I'm new to this kind of things that we are doing. And the way you guys have just invited me in and just openly shared comfortably has made me more confident to share how I'm doing. And when I say how I'm doing, I'm not just talking about the mask that I wear, the true me of what is actually going on. So I'd like to say thank you to all of you guys.
Marcus, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Were you a bit nervous at first?
I was extremely nervous. And like I say, I'm glad no one told me we was doing a story about me on that day. Otherwise, I could have chickened out.
Chicken out.
Yeah.
Was it well, exactly?
Oh dear.
My name is Milan, and I love the Dis-labled Podcast, and I'm officially biggest fan because I absolutely love it. I listened to it because it made me feel happy. My favourite episode is Chicken Shed, because I was in youth theatre. I did a Christmas show and a summer show. Best of luck, Dis-labled.
Okay, my name's Simran, and I'm the mother of Mylan, who actually comes to the classes, and we are the biggest fan of the podcast, especially myself. He loves listening to the podcast. I think he's learned to be positive. When he's feeling sad, he watches a podcast and it makes him feel happy. I love listening to the stories before, going through a lot of things in my own life. I feel like I've learned, because even I've been bullied, and I still get bullied. So I feel like, listening to that, I can accept myself more and feel a bit more positive about myself. No, for me, it's an everyday thing. We can listen to it all day. It cheers us up. In the middle of the night, we put the podcast on. Love listening to the stories. Phil Rackham is one also. They're all wonderful that I love listening to because he just makes me laugh. So when I'm feeling down, I've got to listen to Phil Rackham and I can get on with the rest of my day.
Wow, that's amazing.
Final thoughts are?
My final thoughts are I'm just so grateful for everything that the podcast has become, and I just love being here. It's, as I said, it feels like a family, and when I did the day in my life, I felt very nervous and anxious for it because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And when masking popped up, I took a deep breath and I did the bit that I always feel so passionate about. And this group honestly supported me, and I just want to say a huge thank you to you all for helping me through tough times.
Final thoughts. Thank you for having me, and thank you all the support me, all my fans out there, and I love you so much. Thank you very much. That's my report. My report. Thank you.
Thank you for everybody. Thank you for everything, and thank you for the organisations that are helping us keep going.
Thank you very much for the strange but informative experience.
I think I want this podcast to develop and grow with new people, and then we would become bigger and better. There would be more opportunities with learning within other people's experiences and getting to know one another. So if you're ever interested, come and join the podcast because there are spaces available to join. And thank you for listening. Goodbye.
If you've got an idea, you believe in it, don't give up. Manifest it, keep it growing in your head, and it'll happen.
It's been the most amazing thing, and it's been such good fun, and I've learnt so much from being on it. So, thank you from me. I'm really, really proud of all of you, and I love listening to the old ones. The original idea was to give people a voice, and I don't think you ever repeat yourself. We sometimes hear the occasional repeated joke or pun, but the actual stories are always brand new, and they keep on coming. So I think we're going to be going for a long, long time with any luck. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Community focus. We're here for you. Our point of view.
Community Focus is an art centre for children and adults with disabilities. We are based in the Borough of Barnet, North London, and offer a selection of creative and well-being activities for all ages.